My name's James Raley. I work in the financial services practice focused on real estate and insurance. And I also lead the HR officers practice for the Middle East, where I've lived for the last 15 years. One theme that we can't get away from is the dawn of hybrid working. So a key challenge that is fairly new over that time period is how do we engage, how do we lead, how do we shape a culture across an organisation when we don't see everyone face to face. CHROs now have to be a lot more strategic, they have to be aligned, they have to have a deep understanding of what the board wants, what the leadership team wants, where the organisation is going. Firstly, I'd say digital transformation is now a permanent evolution, and CHROs need to be looking out into the market, understanding what's there, what can be useful, and finding ways to quickly and continuously adopt them. So the second point is around localization strategies, and there's a huge emphasis in the Middle East, particularly in the GCC, on upskilling local talent, bringing locals to the leadership positions within organizations. But what's key for chief people officers, CHROs, is to think about the succession plan. How are you developing your local national population, and where do they fit in that succession pipeline? The third part is really around hybrid working, which is something that we're going to see remaining, particularly in the Middle East, where a lot of the younger generation, they enjoy the flexibility, they feel they can work very efficiently, and they're quite engaged working from home. And often the older generations who are leading and at the top of organizations are used to being face-to-face, and that's the way they prefer to work. So the challenge for the CHRO is, where do these two points meet? What's going to work best for your organization? How are you going to keep the young talent engaged, but also give them sufficient exposure to the leaders in the organization to learn from them and understand how best to operate? So first, I think it's fundamentally important that the CHRO is able to think strategically, particularly for a new CHRO that's perhaps stepping up into that role for the first time. They need to be able to look at the bigger picture, not just the here and now, but also into the future. Where's the organization going, and is the talent ready for that? To be able to have that voice at that level in the organization, soft influence is important. It's unusual for HR leaders to be able to direct the organization in terms of where they're going. So building trusting relationships, taking time to engage with stakeholders right from the top down to the bottom of the organization, and then being able to influence the conversation is important.